Alrighty, welcome to part 2 of this series of videos where I use Trevenant, Walrein, and Noctowl. Noctowl kind of being the highlight Pokemon because it is, at the very least, semi-spiced. It's not spicy like a, say, okay, this is stretching it, like a Eradicate, like Kanto Eradicate in Open Great League, but it's still got some spice to it. So let's get right into part 2 of this series. Right, Trev versus Azu, pretty decent lean altogether. Right, they go into their own Trev. I have Noctowl. It walls Trev. Noctowl walls Trev. It is great. And also, if you don't know what I mean by Trev, that is short for Trevenant. So it is fantastic. I can literally farm this thing down without using a shield, without throwing a move in the first place. It is fantastic. I mean, they can get to 3 seed bombs and I would still farm down. It is awesome. So, yeah, I'm going over 100 energy, but it's worth it. Alright, I'm just going to go for Sky Attack for days because they have shields, and I want to try to get them to use it because I got Trev and Walrein, so Azu is kind of taken care of in terms of long term. Excuse me. So, another Sky Attack. Do I get to a third Sky Attack? Let's find out. I do not. That's okay, though. Alrighty then. Do I bring back in Trev or Walrein? I think bring back Walrein because I'm seconding the swap, and that was a good call right there. As they bring in Sableye, I'm gonna outpace it. Trev does not want to see the Sableye, so this is should be a good game. My opponent, you guys can kind of see the semi-writing on the wall here. Yes, I'm kind of quoting Homestar Center here. I think he's a fabulous content creator. Sometimes the humor or his commentary, whatever floats your boat. But I like him overall. Plus, he is the king of spice, in my opinion. And I think plenty of people in the community share that opinion. So it's amazing. Even if he doesn't compete competitively at the regionals, like with Vancouver recently, which congrats to Cindy, who is the girlfriend of King IV, Pogo King, depending on which platform you follow the guy on. They have both won their respective regionals, so it is amazing that they are both going to be going to Worlds. And honestly, it'd be kind of cool if the grand finals was between her and him. That would be amazing. But, the first game, GG very well played. On the next game, it was Deoxys, DD versus my Trev, great lead. I swap into my Walrein on their Alolan Ninetales, which is Charm. So Charm, definitely Charm on Ninetales to handle the Walrein. As I believe in the 2-shield situation, even or not, as long as you shield twice, you will win if you're the Ninetales. But I'm going to go for an Icicle Spear again, and then I managed to get a shield, so that's fantastic. I can't get to the Earthquake, so I'm going to go right away for the second Icicle Spear, and unfortunately I do not get a shield, but I'm able to farm down with Noctowl. So thankfully Shadow Ball will hit for some decent damage onto the Deoxys here. So, yeah, that's pretty respectable given it's a Noctowl is not exactly, it's not an offensive typing. It's got more bulk, I'd say, than glassiness. And then I go into Trev, and it's an Umbreon. I top left. I'm like, even shields, roughly same energy. Even if I'm one shot goal ahead, I ain't winning that. So, GG, very well played to my opponent. On to the next match. All right, Metacham lead. We know exactly how this typically goes. They typically swap, but this one is not swapping, and then they surrender. So... don't know what was really happening there. Maybe they had a horrible line, or they just felt like losing so they can get the Stardust right away. Don't know, but okay. On to the next match versus Talonflame. Alrighty, terrible matchup. Do I swap? Yep, swapping the Noctowl as I should be. At least swapping, right? Great. And then they are going to go for, I'm going to go for Sky Attack. They are at 3 Incinerates, and they shield, which is great. Getting a shield is fantastic. I believe I let this go regardless, and it's Flame Charge, which is great. Go for 2 wing attacks. Remember, you want to try to time your moves as much as possible, okay? So, and I managed to land the second Sky Attack, which is fantastic. Do I shield this one? I do, because I recognize I can win switch-ish. They didn't swap out, but I was at least get to Talonflame. But now I can align much better, and it's a meta chance. So I'm like, this is fantastic. All right, Sky Attack incoming. They don't shield. Which is like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to not shield this, because even if it's an Ice Punch, I will live. And it is a Toxicroak, so kind of wish I shielded, but I should be okay. I will go for the Shadow Ball. They should not be able to get to 2 Mud Bombs. So I'm going to shield this, and even if they do, I think I should be okay with the Walrein still. So they do sneak in, but Shadow Ball will definitely take out this Toxicroak. I go for a little uncharge there, and then I knock out the Machamp, so that's a good game. Very well played to my opponent. Moving on to the next match. Right, we got Trev versus Azumarill, so pretty solid lead overall. Right, they swap out. I go to Noctowl again without Fire Blast. It basically walls alone. You're basically walled by Noctowl. So this is fantastic. I think this one I feared it was a Fire Blast for a hot second. I'm like, wait, this is Fire Spin. I don't think they are enough energy. Gotta keep track of those counts, people. So they're gonna go for the Shadow Bone, which honestly makes sense because you can get the debuff, right? So which is gonna be helpful. So it does make sense, and both moves are double resisted anyway. So go for the one you get stab on. Right, they come back in with the Azumarill, not surprising. Gonna go for Sky Attack. Do not need to go for Shadow Ball because obviously I am not gonna try to win this matchup. I am not shielding. I'm going to come back with Trev and have a shield advantage. And, of course, I won Switch, so still have that advantage, too. They throw their moves, which is fine, as expected. They were not going to be able to farm down. I come in with Trev. I go for a Seed Bomb right away. I believe I'm going to have to shield up an Ice Beam or, whatever they throw. They do shield, which is great, so I definitely going to shield here. Gonna respect. And then I think they realized it was over, though they didn't see my wall range. So good game, very well played to my opponent. So yeah, see that was a 4-1 set right there, and I got a Phantom. So let's just see if I can get a good IV Phantom. Yeah, meh. But all right, let's get on to the next set. Right, here's the next set. Let's get going. Right, we got my Trevenant versus Mew, which is a fantastic... Oh, this game! No! Oh, spoilers with that mood right there. Oh, God, this game. This is what happens when you get kind of greedy, but also when a Mew runs the weirdest, not weirdest, but unusual moveset. So, there's no need to really talk anymore until that moment comes, and... Oh, this match. This hurts my soul. I gotta give it to my opponent, though. So, yeah, spoilers. I already lose this, but you'll see what happens later on. Oh, this just hurts so badly. I was not expecting them to have this move on the Mew. That just hurts so bad. I should have won this game, but I didn't, and you're gonna see why. They go for a move. I'm thinking it's Wild Charge. It's totally going to be Wild Charge, right? And I'm going to live this. It's a Focus Blast. Boom! Yeah, and I just lose this. Unfortunately, I don't get to the Sky Attack in time. And what was a winnable game, I found the loose con. I pulled a Scrub Dustin, as some people in the community kind of joke about. So, Dustin, you're a cool dude, but man! Oh, that just hurt. So, I was definitely a little greedy, trying to go for a small flex. So yeah, I think, it took so long to do the next match because I was just like, oh my gosh, I just got Focus Blasted by a Mew. So yeah, just use your shields, folks. Just use your shields when you're being serious. Alright, Trev versus Jelly. Pretty solid lead, though Hex makes it a lot more neutral, but I can just go straight Seed Bomb. I might go down to shield if I go with this route, but that's okay. They do shield, so I will respond in kind. They do bait me. Not the best, but I should be outpacing between Seed Bomb and Bubble Beam regardless, so as long as I'm timing correctly. So I'm going for another Seed Bomb. Then they go for a move. I do shield this. It's going to be a Shadow Ball. We all know it. So, yeah. Coming with Talonflame. I'm just going to go for... I load up to a Shadow Ball. Then I bring in my Noctowl. They should... I wonder if they're Brave Birding. Do they Brave Bird? Nope, they Flame Charge only, which is fine. And then I go for a Sky Attack before they get to the second in some Flame Charge. Okay, they're going to go for another Flame Charge, I believe, which is fine. I then come in. Do I come in with the Trev? I want to say I come in with the Trev. Throw one Shadow Claw just to guarantee a little chip damage, just in case the Shadow Ball does not KO plus energy. And then they come in with a Ninetales Charm, A9 Charm. Go with a Seed Bomb to get some chip damage. And then this should be a good game. I should be able to survive a Psyshock and possibly a Dazzling Gleam, and then go for an Earthquake. And that's going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. But that was a really close game. So, I mean, that was a terrible lead. No, not a terrible lead. Terrible secondary matchup, but I was able to come around. Right, on to the next match. Right, we got Trev versus Politoed. Pretty favorable lead, especially if they do not have Blizzard, which probably by that means they don't, but also they could want energy. So I come with Noctowl on their Toxicroak. So, pretty favorable lead. I am going to shield the Sludge Bomb. Do I farm all the way down? I think I choose to farm all the way down, so I choose to double shield, because it's very clearly going to be a Sludge Bomb. Questionable, but again, sometimes you just gotta experiment, you know, for science. They come in with the Politoed, not surprising. I am gonna go for Sky Attack for days. I go before they reach a Weather Pole, or hopefully win CMP tie. And then they go for... They don't shield it, which was surprising. So I'm gonna come in, I think, with Wall Rain. And, okay, oh, this is gonna be a tough battle, so... They're not going to go for Brave Bird, which is a smart play. But I'm at least able to get off multiple... And they sneak in an Incinerate. This is not great. So I don't remember off the top of my head how many they're at, but they're definitely at the double... Not double, but the second Flame Charge. Oh, I think this is a good game. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this game's over. Yeah, there's no way. Yep, so good game. Very well played to my opponent. Yeah, that was just a loss right there, unfortunately. Just, yeah, using 2 shields was questionable, and obviously did not pay off in the end with the Talonflame, especially when they have 2 shields. They can just ramp up the damn Travmere. Let's see how this plays out. So, we can basically go for Seed Bomb, but if they can sneak in, then they'll win. It looks like they win CMP tie, which is unfortunate. We usually shield just because, you know, we want to try to win the lead if we can. All right, who do I swap in? Oh, they don't shield, and I'm able to farm down. Alright, they bring in a Lickitung. I come in with... Well, not coming yet. I'm going to go with Seed Bomb, get some chip damage off. Do I swap? No, I just want to line my Noctowl because Licks will do nothing, and Body Slam won't do that much damage. Noctowl has some good amount of bulk to it. They come in. I totally lost track of what they come with. I'm going to go for a Sky Attack on a Swapper. Okay, this is why. That way I'm in an even shield scenario. The Griefs are a little ahead on energy, but I'm going to be able to hopefully win. And I shield the Earthquake. This is fantastic. Not only do I shield the harder hitting, more expensive move, I'm able to shield the Earthquake, which is fantastic. And then I believe I farm down. They're only going to hit me with the Hydro Cannon here. Never mind. They hit me with an Earthquake. But I'm able to farm with Noctowl. So it is not the worst thing ever. But I have to get to 3 Sky Attacks here. So this is going to be an uphill battle. They're going to hit me with at least 2 Body Slams. For sure. And I have to also try to deny them as well, if at all possible. Oh, they don't shield. Why didn't they shield? Alright then, so I'm just going to wing attack down, and there's no point in trying to do the moves again. That was shocking. I don't know why they didn't shield. I'm surprised. But good game, very well played to my opponent. Moving on to the next match. Okay, Trav versus Swampert. Pretty favorable lead. Right, they're going to swap out, and I immediately swap into Walrein on their Skarn. Noctowl does not want to see the Skarn. So, Walrein, pretty favorable, and Swampert does not like Walreins either, as we are, we keep the same pacing, but Icicle Spear will do neutral, where Hydra will do resisted damage. So we're just going to go for Icicle Spears for days, as Earthquake is double resisted. I am going to shield, finally. I should be able to win this now. I have the double Icicle Spear, and Walrein has some good bulk to it. So yeah, I'm going to be able to win Switch, which is great. Going to keep the same alignment, and I do have a shield still. They bring in Sableye, so I'm going to bring in Noctowl. So this is going to be a good game already. You guys see it. The writing on the wall is clear as day. But I respect the opponent for trying to stick with it. And especially if I had no shields, I definitely would understand that. It's not over till it's over. As we saw with the regionals, plenty of people tried to play it out, even though it was very 90% odds, like they weren't going to win at that point if they were down. Though not out, and that was going to be a good game, very well played. That's it for that set. So, alrighty then. Nice 3-2 set there. So 7-3 in this current video right now. Pull it. Alrighty, here's the next set in the video. Right, we got Trevenant, obviously, versus a DD. All right, fantastic lead, even with Psycho Boost. All right, I'm going to stay in. The Noctowl can handle the Deoxys decently thanks to Shadow Ball. Going to go for Shadow Ball myself with the Trav on the Stunfisk. Let's see if they shield or not. What do they want to do? All right, I am able to get it, and I decide to swap into Walrein because, yes, Walrein does not preferably want to see the Deoxys. I'm going to try to get this Walrein low-ish, but I'm not comfortable taking another Rock Slide without expending, because I'll expend a shield. So I'm going to go for the Icicle Spear, see what they want to do. I will match shields if they shield. They don't, which is fine. I'm going to go for double Icicle Spear. And then they sneak a counter in, which is not great. And yeah, unfortunately, that sneak allows them to get before my second one. So I am going to shield this one. They go for a Psycho Boost, not surprising. And they bring in Arachnid. This is fantastic. So even though I am down a shield, just these wing attacks are going to add up even with the debuffs. And they don't shield. I'm like, you didn't know Noctowl was a flying type, right? It's bound to have a flying move. Oh, it looks like a little lag there or something. But yeah, no, so this is going to be a great game. Good game. Like, it's like, unless I pull another Dustin and find the loose con. But, we're going to have some fun here. But they have 2 shields for the DD, so I'm going to go for Sky Attacks, just keep knocking out. Then I can just go for Seed Bombs for days here. I mean, again, you guys see what's going to happen here. It's over. This game's over. So good game, very well played to my opponent. But we'll let this play out, which I respect that. Righty. Man, playing all 100 of those battles, definitely I was tilted toward the end of the day. I think I did 5 sets with the Mega Blastoise, and then I did, the 15 sets with this team, so. Alright, Trev versus Poliwhirl. So, most likely because they're staying in, it means they have Ice Punch, which I'm going to no-shield for Science. And they have 2, so I'm going to shield this one up, obviously. But thankfully, it's pretty good. Okay, Scarm, I bring in Walrein. We kind of already know how this match plays out in even shield situations. So, yeah, I'm going to let this first Sky Attack go through. So, yeah, again, if you're not sure about move timing, I did 1 Icicle Spear, 2 turns to their 3-turn Air Slash, to try to maximize, energy for myself. Okay, because I'd rather not throw an alignment if I don't have to. And then they sneak in a whole Air Slash, and has 3 free turns for them. I'm going to shield up this Sky Attack. Believe I choose to farm down from this point. Yep. Do I go for the Earthquake? Yep, go for the Earthquake right away. I don't anticipate getting to another move. And I'm able to knock out the Poliwrath. It's going to be an uphill battle. I'm hoping I can get to 2 Seed Bombs with the Trev. Thankfully they won't be able to counter down before that. I decided to swap out the Noctowl, which is kind of questionable. But I want to say Trev wins CMP on the Goon. I believe so, because Goon definitely has some decent bulk to it, so it's not a glassy Pokemon. I'm able to get to another Sky Attack, which is great. And that's going to be a good game. Very well played. So yeah, I was a little nervous with that one, because Goon definitely against a Trev Noctowl backline, it can do pretty well. Right, on to the next game, Trev versus Scrafty. Alright, I'm staying in here. I don't want to swap in a Noctowl, because I don't know what they have in the back, and I'm just going to go straight Seed Bomb. The goal is to shield these foul plays. They sneak in a counter. Not great, but as long as I be shielding these foul plays, that shouldn't matter then in even shielding situations. Alright, they choose not to shield again, so I am going to swap in a Noctowl. They bring in Nidoqueen. So, they're probably going to go for straight Poison Fang unless it's a Stone Edge. Hopefully not. I do choose not to seal. And it's a Stone Edge. Holy crap. So I'm going to bring in... Do I bring in the Walrein or the Trev? Okay, Walrein, not surprising. I believe I shield this up because they're going to go for another Stone Edge. Yep, see? The surprise factor can get you, folks. Do you manage to farm down the Walrein? Do they bring back in the Scrafty or do they bring in their backline? Alright. Alrighty, so they go for Foul Play, not surprising. And then... Yeah, I don't know why I didn't go for another move. But I choose to let it go. I'm going to come in with the... tree, and then I realize it's over because, yeah, I'm down to shield. It's a mirror. It ain't happening. So, good game to my opponent. Excuse me. Right, Trev versus Marowak. Not the greatest lane. I think it's pretty favorable to Marowak because of that shadow damage. I do farm up to Shadow Ball, which is 1 turn before they get to the Shadow Bone. They manage to shield, and then I'm going to swap into Walrein. Noctowl is the better counter, so I'm going into my softer-ish counter. They go for Shadow Bone, not surprising. I am going to shield this next Shadow Bone. I'm just farming up in case they swap. That way I have energy for their safe swap. And what do they have in Arachnid? Alrighty, so not the best, but that is why we have Noctowl. Noctowl is purely for the well, not purely, but I did think of Arachnid and I was trying to choose of that third Pokemon in mind. Because Trev and Walrein is still a very great core in its own right, but Arachnid does present problems. So I managed to stall the time. I swap into my Noctowl. We're gonna go straight for Bubble Beam, which makes sense, you know. And I think I'm just gonna farm down here. There's no reason to throw. I'll have the energy. Plus, I'm just stalling for the clock. Is all I'm gonna swap out to get rid of this debuff. I managed to farm down, which is great. All right, then what are they bringing next? They're gonna bring in was that fairy? Was that water fairy? I'm thinking it's Azu, but it is a Tapu Fini. So mad props, and I'm able to farm down with my Trev on their AWAC. So that was great. I'm gonna be able to get to 2 seed bombs here, which is fantastic. Get rid of that final shield. Love it. And then this is gonna be a good game. That is a wrap. There is no way this Tapu Fini is winning. And I managed to farm down with the Trev. So good game. Very well played in my opponent. Moving on to the next match. Right, pretty decent lead, especially if it's bubble. But attack, so not as great, but still favorable. Okay, I'm going to farm up, go for Seed Bomb. There's no reason to go for Shadow Ball. Early on, I can shield, not shield. Do manage to get into Shadow Claw, so we're pretty even. I am going to shield. They go for Shadow Ball, so much more favorable now that I'll shield the Shadow Ball. Going to go for another Seed Bomb. I should be able to defeat them before they go down, which I managed to take them out. Then I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball right away. I'm not going to swap out. They will be able to get to a Flame Charge, but I do decide to swap out. My bad. Bring the Noctowl. I believe I shield this. They go for Flame Charge. Unfortunately, I did not shield the Brave Bird. I'm going to go for a Sky Attack here. Did they go for Brave Bird? I want to say they go for Brave Bird. It's kind of the only thing they have now. Yep, makes sense. I'm going to bring in the Wall Rain, I believe. Why they didn't swap out, I don't know. And it's a Scrafty in the back, so it's going to be an uphill battle. Do we win this game? Let's find out. I'm going to go for Power Punch. I am going to try to catch a move, I believe. Yep, so this is going to be a good game. Very well played on my opponent. There's no way I'm winning this. They were able to hold the energy, so there's no way I'm winning this. So good game. Very well played to my opponent. Right, another 3-2 set there. So, alrighty then. So yeah, for this video, we went, I think, 4-1 plus 2-3-2. So 6, 4, 10 out of 15 matches we won. So 10-5 after 12-3 in the first video. So 22-8. So pretty still good streak overall. And I will see you in part 3. Oh, also remember to hit that like button and subscribe. See you on part 3 again.